Hi, you guys. Welcome back. I thought I would start off by talking about my diagnosis story because that's pretty much how I got here. I have a myasthenia gravis or MG diagnosis. So, a little over 2 years ago, I started experiencing my symptoms. I was getting more tired all the time. I was having blurred vision. It was very intermittent, but I was experiencing it. I most often noticed it while I was driving and reading the street signs. It wasn't as clear as it used to be. And, things just started, double vision just really started to set in a little bit more heavy. I was having headaches and things of that nature. Also at this time, I was very active at the gym. And so I noticed that, over time, things that I used to could do with ease was becoming more and more difficult. I remember being at the gym one day and basically slipping off the treadmill, not being able to hold my balance, just being very clumsy, things that aren't really me. Also during this time, I was training for 5Ks because that was one of my goals for the year, was to run a 5K. And at the end of one of my races, I took a picture and I noticed that the entire left side of my face looked like I had a stroke or something. So it was just very, very, very odd. Preface my history, I don't really get sick that much, not colds, not flus, anything of that nature. The only thing that I really suffered with was like sinuses and allergy problems. So I'm thinking, oh, well, maybe this is just some type of sinus allergy type thing, and I really need to get it looked at. So I scheduled me an appointment with the ENT, ear, nose, and throat doctor. And they checked me out and said, oh, you're perfectly fine. So okay, next, since I seen the next heaviest thing that I noticed was the eye issue, the double vision, I scheduled an appointment with the eye doctor. I go in, they do the little drills like, oh, follow my finger, read the chart, X, Y, and Z. And each individual eye, I was doing perfect, like I could see the letters, but it was just when both eyes were open, it was just blurred. It was just a hot mess. And so the actual doctor came in and she repeated the test that the practitioner, I'm not sure what they call the helpers in the optometry field, but she came in, redid the test, and she was able to see that my eye was actually not moving. And so she basically, her reaction to that realization was very unnerving. And she basically said, oh, this is a problem. We need to figure this out. She had me set up for radiology appointments the following morning to get like a CT scan, an MRI. She had me schedule an appointment with the neurologist, all these things. But her delivery of the news was just very unnerving. And so the next morning I had to get up and I had to drive about 45 minutes away from my home. I'm already having double vision issues. It was raining. I'm squinting, trying to see, trying to get over, trying not to cause an accident. It got so bad that I actually took a napkin and folded it over one of the lenses of my sunglasses just to kind of create a makeshift like patch so that I could kind of, block out one eye so that I could get to my appointment because it was just that intense. I get all the way to my appointment and I left my paperwork, my referral paperwork in the house. So it was just very stressful, very intense time. Thankfully, they were able to call over to the optometrist and they faxed over a new copy of the orders. We got that situated. So I had those scans done. In the meantime, I had an appointment with with a neurologist that my primary care physician referred me to. So I go into the radiologist. Why do I keep saying? So I go in for my appointment with the neurologist, and I'm explaining to him my symptoms. He's looking over the lab work that has come back from radiology, because now that's in, and he basically said very factorially, you have myasthenia gravis. What? Say it again. Maya what? Yeah, so he says, I'm going to do a test. And he left the room and he came back in. He had ice cubes. he said, I'm going to put this ice on your face because I was having what they call ptosis, is when your eyelids droop. He put it on my eye, and bloop, the ptosis was reduced. My double vision went away. But then as soon as it warmed up again, you slowly noticed my eyes starting to droop again. And so basically that was the beginning of my new life as a MG warrior. He wanted to do the official blood test, of course, and the EMG in order to say without a doubt that this is what I had, but he pretty much was certain that this is what I had. So he started me on Mestinin, and he broke the news. He was just like, yeah, there's no cure for it. So here's some pills, you'll be all right. And sent me on my way and come back for these, you know, extra tests. So it was devastating, honestly. I think back about it and it was scary. Because here I am, 27 years old, and I'm being told that I have an incurable disease and it can take control of my whole body, and I no longer have control. But I'm going to save my reaction for another video. I want to hear about your diagnosis story. Like, was it anything as stressful and traumatic as mine, or was it really smooth sailing? I hear that a lot of people's diagnosis take anywhere from like 2 to 3 years, just because MG is one of the top misdiagnosed diseases out there, because people just think, oh, you're lazy, or oh, you're tired, or oh, you're this, or oh, you're that. But in reality, there's something more going on. So tell me about your MG diagnosis in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.